Hello everyone, welcome to This Family Life. My name is Misty and today we are going to be doing another tips and tricks video. I'm just trying to get my notes open here. I'm doing something a little different and putting them on my other phone so they're a little bit easier to read. Sometimes my handwriting can be a little messy. So I'm recording for you outside. As you've heard, my daughter is homeschooling now and she's inside doing some homeschool and I don't want to disturb her. So I apologize about the neighbor's dog barking. There's nothing I can do about that. They've got several big dogs, and so one of them's out barking at the chickens today. So today's video is going to be all about things that I think we should just quit buying, okay? If we would all just quit buying these things, we could definitely save some money, definitely have more funds available, and I think going into 2024, that's something I want to do. I want to try to open up as much as my income as I can to have as available funds to spend just in case. Okay, not that I'm prepping for anything to happen, but like I've said before, my husband and I work in the same exact industry. Something could always happen there, and we don't have a lot of financial savings put back just in case of a rainy day. So I would like us to get us more into a place where we have more set aside, and just in case something happens. We have a car accident, a tire goes flat, a car battery dies, dishwasher dies, refrigerator dies. Just in case anything goes wrong, there's funds available to address those things, and it's not such a stressor, or it's not something that has to go on a credit card as debt that then we have to pay interest on. So I guess this video, you could just call it things I'm not going to buy anymore in 2024. And technically they're things I'm going to try to stop buying now, even in 2023. I know we're almost to the end of 2023, but as I was kind of coming up with this list, I'm like, why am I doing this? Why am I doing this? Why don't I just stop it? Like, stop it today. There's no reason to be doing this. So the first one I came up with is expensive concert and event tickets. And I actually already implemented this one. So last year for Christmas, I bought my husband and my daughter tickets to see Metallica. Okay, this was a 2-night concert event here in Texas at the Dallas Cowboys Stadium. I got them nosebleed seats. It wasn't like I went all out and got pit passes or anything like that. The tickets weren't that bad. Even with the Ticketmaster fees, they weren't that bad. However, the Dallas Cowboys, or I don't think it was even Ticketmaster. Sorry, it's really bright. I don't even think it was Ticketmaster. I can't remember the exact site that was used for purchasing the tickets, but it's whoever Dallas Cowboys allows or sells through. So anyways, it wasn't even that bad. But you had to pay for parking, and the Texas Rangers were making a World Series run, and all this craziness was going on. Everything was happening the same night in Dallas, and so they would only allow you to buy parking through the same website as the concert tickets, and parking ended up costing us double what the concert tickets cost us for that event. Hold on, I'm gonna try to put my screen down so that the sun will stay out of my vision. Okay, we will try that and see if that's better. So the parking alone cost us more than double what the concert tickets cost us, because not only did we have to pay for parking, we had to pay fees on the parking, and they wouldn't let you pay for the two parking things together, even though it was the same event, but it was on 2 nights. So you had to pay separately for parking for each night, which meant you had to pay a fee for each night of parking. So all in for the concert tickets, I was like $175 out of pocket, but I was almost $500 and something out of pocket for parking. Now that did not include t-shirts and merch and drinks and snacks and all of the other things. So this concert that I thought, hey, I'll get them these tickets for $175. They'll be able to park for like $20, get a couple of sodas, whatever, and a t-shirt, turned into like $1,000 ordeal. Okay. So it's not just that though. You hear these stories, and I'm the same way. I have started looking at tickets. I want to take my son to like that Monster Jam thing, Monster Truck thing, but with the Ticketmaster fees, it's almost double the cost of the tickets just for the fees being added on to the tickets. Anytime I look for concerts that I want to go to that are coming to town, the tickets are astronomical, and then the fees are astronomical. So what we have decided that we're going to start doing, and we love this already, is we follow YouTube bands that we have found that we love on YouTube, and we support them through local establishments, local bars. It helps them a lot more it helps keep local music alive, and it helps keep our smaller businesses in town open. So it's really a win-win-win. So if you have some good local music in your area, I would suggest checking out those venues versus the big like amphitheaters and sports venues and all of that kind of stuff. But I didn't just say concert tickets, I said event tickets too. Okay, so there's an event that I love going to in my town. It is a service league event. So all of the money that's raised goes to charities in my area, but they have these special events. So like one of them is the night before is a VIP event where there's food and drinks and you get to shop early because it's like a craft fair, right? Or a vendor show. And then they do like the next morning where if you buy tickets to the special event, you get to come early and you get to have like mimosas and kind of shop early. Great. I have went to that every single year I've lived in my town, but this year they went up on the tickets. And it didn't just go up a little bit, it went up quite a bit. So it went up from, I believe it was $25. It could have been $30. I honestly couldn't tell you for sure, but it went up to $50 a person this year. So worst case scenario is it went from 25 to 50. Best case is it went from 30 to 50. Okay. There are 4 of us that like to go. So we figured up this year that honestly, we could go get Hibachi-O, which is one of the places you can try food from. We could have drinks at home and we could go shopping on the regular day of the event and purchase something at the event and still come out cheaper than the tickets. Now, I get that the money being raised is going to charity. I'm all about supporting charity, okay? We do the Salvation Army Angel Tree. We adopted 3 angels off of that this year. We adopted an angel from work from the local school system, and we donate meals and food at our little pantry here in town. We love to help out, but it just gets to a point where they released so many tickets and this event was so crowded, and then they raised the price on it. And so it just got to a point where it just wasn't enjoyable to go to, especially for the increase in the price. And now they've let another one of their dogs out, and this is what they do. They fight. So you're going to hear that the whole time. I apologize. They're not fighting. It's just one of them's in like a dog run and one of them's in the backyard and there's chickens out. And so they are barking at each other. They're barking at the chickens. It's nonstop. So that's the first thing. The second thing I decided I'm no longer buying is subscriptions and memberships. 9 times out of 10, when I have a subscription or a membership to something, I'm not using it. The exception to that is Netflix. We do use our Netflix and our YouTube Premium. We use that all of the time. But we haven't had cable in a long time, but we have like a subscription to Discovery Plus. We never use it. So after the first of the year, we're going to axe that before the next payment's due. I had a membership to Walmart Plus. I don't use it. Cutting it. Sam's Club I'm going to keep because I keep the Sam's Club, my mom keeps Costco, and we go shopping together, and then we kind of split things. So we split the cost. Okay, so whatever we get, we can both enjoy. So I will keep that one, even though it's one that I would say I underutilize. I don't go to Sam's as much as I should be for the price I pay for that membership. Gym membership. If I don't start going after January 1st, I'm canceling that. My mom and my dad just joined the gym, so the hope is that we'll all be going together. My daughter's going back to the gym, so hopefully we'll get in a rhythm with that. If we don't, I'm cutting it, because if it's an unused membership, it is just costing me money every single month. So I can tell you as of right now for sure the Discovery Plus is gone. Clothing boxes, I've axed 2 of the 3. So I no longer will use Wannable. I no longer use Adore Me, and I axed Walmart Plus. So just take a look at the things you have subscriptions and memberships to. And if you're not utilizing those, or you feel like you're not going to utilize them in the next couple of months, either pause them or get rid of them. Okay. Save yourself the time and the money and the hassle. Just go ahead and cut the cord on it. So the next one is craft and hobby supplies. Now, the reason I say this is because I'm one of those people that gets this bright idea in my mind every time I see something crafty that, yeah, I can do that. I can make that. And I go and I buy all the supplies for it, and I never do it. They sit and sit and sit and sit until either my kids use them for school projects or just to make something out of, or I donate them on a free page to get them out of my house, or I have friends' kids who need stuff for school projects. I never actually do the crafty hobby thing that I think I'm going to do. The problem here for me is I'm just too dang busy, first of all, because I work. So I get up in the morning at 5 o'clock. I do everything to get the kids off, ready to go to school. We take my son to the bus. We immediately drive to work. So I'm at work by 7 at the latest. At that point, I've usually already actually been working on my phone before I even get to work. Then I work all day. I get off. I come home. I deal with the daughter who's homeschooling. I cook dinner. We take her to karate. We wait an hour. We bring both kids home from karate. At that point, I'm just now seeing Axton from the first time from the bus. And so I'm making sure the kids get fed, homework done, talking to the kids, getting the kids to bed. By now, it's 8:30, 9 o'clock. Okay. And at this point, I'm exhausted. And then you look at the weekends and they're just as busy. We've got karate events, or we've got band events, or we've got parties to go to for different kids' birthdays and stuff, or just a lot of different things. And in there, I'm trying to record videos for YouTube and just have a moment to breathe and relax. And so I don't have time to do like a lot of crafting and hobby stuff, but I actually enjoy reading. That's my thing I like to do. So instead of applying money to crafting and hobby things that I'm not going to do, I would rather take that money and move it into books. And that way, anytime I have a moment to sit down and read, I sit down and read. So I'll have that to do moving forward. So the next one, this one's a little hard for me, is takeout meals when I'm tired or I don't feel good. Okay. It's really hard being the sole cook in the house to make sure dinner gets on the plate every night. And there are lots of nights where I'm just really tired. I'm run down. Obviously, I just went over my schedule with you. It's much easier on the weekends to get a meal on the table than it is on the weekdays. But it has become the go-to, I think, just if I say I'm tired or I say I don't feel good, for us just to stop somewhere and get dinner. And that used to be okay because we used to could feed the 4 of us for like $25 at takeout, no problem. We can't even go to like a cheap taco place anymore for $25, like a Taco Casa or a Taco Bell for $25. When we go to Chicken Express, it's like $60 now. And nowhere's cheap. I mean, even for myself and my husband to go to Whataburger at lunch is like $27 for the 2 of us. So it's gotten really, really expensive. And so it's really hard to continue to justify those costs just because I'm tired or I don't feel good. So what I've started doing is kind of reevaluating what I have in the house and what I can make on those nights where I'm tired or I don't feel good. And so you're going to kind of see that in this week's What's for Dinner video, because my husband's gone. He's gone for 2 weeks to Singapore, which means I have no support, no help to do anything. Okay. And I'm not complaining, because I know there are single parents that do that every single day without reprieve, years on end. Okay. But it does put me in charge of everything. And so I'm tired. And so I don't want to make a big chicken dinner and mashed potatoes and all that kind of stuff. So this week's dinner is What's for Dinners are pretty much just simple, like simple basic meals to get the kids fed, keep the kids happy, keep everything flowing smoothly until daddy gets home. So I've just got to find ways to convince myself it's worth it to keep cooking. We can do these little cheat night things to keep it going without doing the takeout food. So the next one, this is something that my husband and I have been really, really guilty of in the past, is we are no longer going to be out buying brand new technology. Okay. So we used to always have to have the newest cell phones and the newest TV and the newest DVD player and, all of that kind of stuff. And one thing we have learned is we don't always need the newest stuff. It's nice to have things that work as they should. And if something quits working, then yes, we will look into what technology is most up to date and most current. But we no longer feel that need of like, okay, our Sony TV is 7 years old. They're coming out with a new Sony TV. Let's go ahead and upgrade now. No, we're not going to do that anymore. We're going to keep that Sony TV until it no longer works, and then we'll look at that new technology. So same thing with our washer and dryer. I wanted a new washer and dryer for a long time, and so we didn't do anything with it until finally one of them died. You could not get a matching one any longer. It was designed to fail within a certain time frame. We were getting really close to the other one probably failing as well. So we were able to upgrade the technology on the washer and dryer at that point. But these things are just so expensive, and I'm not going to go into debt to continue to just try to have the newest iPhone, newest iPad, newest laptop. What we've got works just fine, and then when it doesn't work anymore, that's when we'll look into reinvesting some money into it. So this last one, I guess kind of pertains to what you see on this channel, but this is probably, to me, like going to be probably even harder than the takeout meals. Okay, this is the hard one for me, and my phone just shut off. So it's easy for me to say I'm not going to buy non-sale items. Okay, that one's easy. I'm really good about not buying stuff unless it's on sale. And you see that in my grocery hauls. Very, very rarely do I tell y'all I bought this just because I wanted it. So I'm good about the non-sale items. So that's not what I'm focusing on. I want to focus on the sale items that I don't need. This is the problem. Okay, this one is going to be the hard one for me. What sale items do I really need, and what sale items do I really not need? And the reason that's so hard is I guess I was kind of raised to always look for a good deal. And when I found the good deals, to go ahead and invest in it then, because it's going to save you money down the road, which 9 times out of 10 is true. But you can only accumulate so many things, right? And then you don't need any more of that thing. And so that's what I want to focus on some in 2024, is not buying sale items if I don't need them. I don't need any candles. Okay, I've got so many candles. I don't need to go by the mall and see Bed Bath & Beyond or Bath & Body Works having a candle sale and feel like, oh my gosh, the 3-wick candles are on sale for $9 versus $23. I better go in and buy a bunch of candles now. I've been there, I've done that, and I have a ton of candles. So I don't need any candles, right? So I just need to watch the sale items and what I really need. Okay, we're constantly going to need food because we're a family and we eat through the food that we have. So I don't feel like that's necessarily the problem. The problem for me is the sale items on the other stuff. So like we'll go and I'll see that like CDs are on sale, and we still have a CD player in the truck, and it's like, oh, let's get some CDs for the truck. Okay, we drive the truck like maybe once a month. Maybe once a month I'm in the truck. Do I need another CD for the truck? No, I don't. I'm in my Jeep every day. Maybe I should invest that money into a little device that'll allow me to do wireless CarPlay in my Jeep. That would make more sense at $60 than buying another $60 worth of CDs for the truck. So I want to look at what I'm spending and be smarter about how I'm spending. So just to recap, we're going to cut expensive concert and event tickets. We've already started that one. Subscriptions and memberships. So looking at the new year, what can we get rid of so that we no longer have those payments? We also have like a filter subscription that ships filters for our house. We will not cancel that because we use those filters. So there's useful ones and there's unuseful ones. So it's getting rid of the ones that we don't utilize and we don't get our money's worth. We don't get the value of it, right? Craft and hobby supplies. That one's going to be hard because I love the ideas of the projects. I just don't get them done. Takeout meals, again, just making sure I have some easy things on hand for when I need them. Avoiding the pitfalls of brand new technology and that feeling like we got to keep up with the latest and greatest all the time. And then those sale items that we don't need. So quit looking at the clearance every time I go to Target. Quit looking at the clearance every time I go to JCPenney's. I don't need those things. Okay, I don't need another shirt. I don't need another pair of pants. I could probably use some shoes, but we won't go there. Just be smart. That's what I'm trying to do for next year. Free up some cash by avoiding things like this. So I hope you find this useful, and maybe you can leave me in the comments some things you've cut in 2023 or some things you're looking to cut in 2024. So I know if I can cut some of these things, it's going to help ease the changes that we've had here at the end of 2023. Our electric bill's way higher. Trash service went up. Water just sent out a notice that they're raising their rates effective in January. We just got our new house payment for next year based on the new property tax rate and everything. It went up. Everything's gone up on us right here at the end of the year. So if I can do a few little changes in order just to free up a little bit of money that kind of balances things back out, I think that'll be really good for us, and it'll just keep us flowing right along. So that's all I got for you today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.